Welcome to the Black Lion Podcast. We are your hosts, Lex and Dom. Today we have a special guest with us. Guest, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Andre Henry. I'm the CEO of DreamAgain. I'm also the author of the award-winning book From Orphan to Self-Made Millionaire.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your business?
So DreamAgain originated in 2013. It started off as an advertisement firm. As I progressively made my way through school, I went to college, Dell State, Wilmington University. I was a business and finance major, also accounting and finance my first 2 years. Pretty much finished with business and finance. I got the Institute of Management Accounting Award for my sophomore year. And I started a tax firm doing small business and individual taxes. DreamAgain is pretty much Martin Luther King's dream turned into a company. That's why I says I have a dream again. If you watch the promo, it pretty much go through all the cultures, say all men, women are created equal. Pretty much took his vision and incorporated it into an anime in the game. The image that you see in the back here is the NFT that's going to be dropping. We're going to be the first firm to drop to collect cryptocurrency payments and payments through an NFT to raise funds for our firm. Pretty much we got a variety of tools. We teach financial freedom. We got the accounting services, and then we have the game concept that we are building on in the anime.
That's good. As a business owner, what are your 3 top priorities?
As the business owner, you want to delegate, you want to network, and probably just finding seeds of capital. That's probably like the main 3 things that I focus on. Building those right contacts to get, the proper mindset and tools to build something, of this capacity. And then, raising capital, just finding different ways of capital. We built the business credit line with partnerships with JustWorks and Divvy. So we get business secure cards to the Black community. I focus more on the Black community from a finance standpoint. I acquired different strategic alliances over the year with the NASDAQ for SEC rules and mentoring from Wall Street, and then JustWorks for PEO, setting up benefits for like individuals that have business, setting up payroll and benefits for individuals that start their own company. So, networking, pretty much meeting those individuals. I started like the DreamAgain 529 plan, giving kids education funds that grows over 400% with the best Vanguard funds, the HSA account, health expenses. You get a secure card. So all these become like 100% tax deductible. So I pretty much bring that awareness to the community. So just networking and just focusing on those different partnerships that can help better our environment. It's been like a key point. And then just finding the right capital outlets, to finance the things that, business operation wise.
Are you the primary owner of the company, or you partner?
Yeah, I own 90% of the company. I got 2 other equity holders. I gave them about 5% a piece. I finance most of it myself because I don't want anybody to take majority of my company. So I take the long route in terms of things. Gotta be innovative. Like even in terms of like this NFT, like I'm probably the first tax firm that's going to collect crypto as a payment and collecting payments through NFT. So, I try to finance everything on my own, like my book, everything. I've pretty much, root and financed everything. The longer you hold out, the more value it shows for itself. So it's just building that awareness.
That's good. What did you learn from your mistakes when you started your business and things of that sort? Like when you got it up and running?
The thing I learned Mistakes. I feel like, when you're in business, it's nothing but mistakes. So I can't really say, it's one individual thing. You're just gonna go through the motions because you learn it. It's like, a kid, run before they walk, So it's just like you're gonna just run into things throughout the whole motion. It's like if you're just scared or you don't want to do it, just don't do it, because you're gonna go through those motions. And I mean, it took me like 8 years to even like see consistent profits on an annual basis. So I feel like I learned that, mistakes and lessons is going to come throughout the whole process. Also, I learned that, if you network and put yourself in the right rooms, then it's going to expand your network and help your situation get better, because if you put yourself in the best rooms, then you're going to get all the best resources that you need. And then I learned not to work with everybody. At first I tried going to it like, I'm working with different cultures and things like that. But, my operation, like last year, I had like a texting company because I sent like alerts because I created algorithms. When I used to work at JP Morgan, I used to be a trader. So I like taught myself the game because I know the history behind JP Morgan and how they syndicated the loans that destroy Africa and why we even have hoods. So I created my own algorithms. So I was speaking at like the Inc. 5000, on the Forbes and like Forbes meetings. And this company, they discovered me, they like my brand, everything I stand for, stuff like that. So they offered me free, like I can use their operations. It's like a texting. I'm sending people like alerts, giving them updates on tax laws, things like that. And then it's like Wednesday of the week, Friday, they saying they shut down operations. And you basically like they shut down operations. So now I'm just like, I'm sending out the alerts, like all my clients is pretty much saying like they ain't getting nothing, like the operation shut down on that Friday. They didn't give me like the aware, and they basically like took off with the money. So I had to refund all my clients. And then I had to, they were still charging my clients like the next month. So I'm like, these motherfuckers, you feel me? Like, it's like real shit. I'm like, yo, these, like they burn it, like trying to burn me for my client, like my client credit card information, all that. So I'm like at risk. So I'm like, oh, I'm partnered with these dudes, thinking they cool, but they had intentions the whole time. So like now I'm like more like my 48 law movement, like dealing with them, like I got partners with like bigger names, but those partnerships is not the same as people that's building up, whatever round they in, like in terms of like capital and stages, like if they mid-level startup seed. So like you got really, like I really worry about them, like just people I encounter or partner with, because they growing, so like parts of their operations not fully suffice. So I just learned to do more due diligence dealing with these smaller firms that different ethnicity groups. And then I just learned that it's going to be a struggle throughout your whole process. Just, eat that shit up and just keep going. Because at the end of the day, you're going to put yourself in the right position to get like opportunities of lifetimes.
Since you've been in business, how have your relationship with your customers been?
I mean, I'm the accountant, so like, it's been relationships. So it's like I gotta make sure that they, keeping track of everything. I feel like just what I provide is like a service, teaching people like financial instruments like Roth accounts, self-directed IRAs, dynasty trusts. Like I'm teaching people how to, keep their money versus like, spending normal consumer habits. So I feel like my relationship with my clients get real personal because I really just like peep your habits and stuff like that, because it's going to reflect on like where your money go. Like I pretty much put people on game, like, you spend 30% here. So, you got to fix that. So I feel like it's been like just with my clients, it's just been building. They watch everything transform over time. So I feel like it's been good overall.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had but when I bought the other TV,
Did you said that you was like outsourcing work to like employees or
Say that again. Sorry.
earlier when you say I don't know if you said you outsourcing like certain tasks to your
Oh,
employees.
delegate. Yeah, I mean, like in terms of like I delegate a lot. Like that's like my main thing because it's like I like keeping my hands clean. Like if I know somebody better than me at a certain task or I delegate, I pay the capital for that. But like if it's something I can do, I do it myself. Like I'm not about to pay somebody for something that take me like 5 seconds to do. Like even like minting this NFT, like I really sat down and learned the process in like 30 minutes, like in terms of like drawing it, the 3D effects and stuff like that. Like I hired two contractors to like put it together, because it's like if I know you draw better than me, like I only can sketch. I'm gonna have you draw. If I know that you do 3D effects better than me, you could do that. But like this mint and stuff is new, so it's like I can learn that because everybody learning it. So like the things that I feel like this is unnecessary, I try to delegate it out. You could do employees or like contractors, depending on like your business structure. But yeah, it's one or the other.
For this year alone, what is your three main goals you want to accomplish this year?
I mean, my first one was the NFT. That's like primary. I mean, tax season, like that's last year goal, so it's a continuum. So like I don't count that as a new goal. I try to add things on because when you add new goals, I mean you add new revenue streams. So like I try to add something I never did before. So like my big goal now is making a demo to the video game. So like this is like my main character, and it's like 40 different characters. Like I want to be like the first Black person to really put out a video game that like a fighting video game that's like, and it blow up. So like my goal is to put the demo. Like my mentor is Max Argel. I don't know if you're familiar. He's from the UK. He's like the licensing committee, like all consumer products for like Dragon Ball Z, Baki, Dragon Ball GT. So like pretty much told me the blueprint to pretty much get any international licensing. So like I ask some questions monthly and stuff like that because I want to know the game, So my goal is to get the demo to him, a comic, and then probably finding the studio that's going to make like my hour movie or like the comic book that I put out at this year.
That's good.
Yeah.
The, your support system. Do your family and your friends like support your own business when you had first started it?
Uh, nah. I mean, I feel like people don't really support till they see you like progressing and got following. I feel like, like people, I mean, people always going like people get used to you being in a certain position or in a certain mindset. So I feel like when you start off, you gotta remember like those people really gonna put you where you was at. They're not gonna see where you going or where you trying to take it because that vision, that's what you and God. Like nobody can see that but you. So I feel like nobody gonna understand. Like it'd be family, friends, or even strangers. You know, the strangers be more supportive because you just met them. And you come into them with this approach. Like I met you, I know you for this. Like I don't know you for a can of paint for anything before the Black Lion podcast. So I support the Black Lion podcast, but like people that you knew prior to the Black Lion podcast, and they feel like you doing something more than them or something like that, they not going like they're going to support you, but it's going to be a different feel because they used to you being in that position. The new people that you interact with, like I always tell myself every day, like I'm gonna make a new friend today because that's just my business expanding. Because I know people that know my business for what it is going to expect it to stay there. People like my business is going to keep growing and keep going. And like every time I meet somebody new, they meet it at that position. The people that respect the group going to respect the group, but everybody going to try to keep you in a certain position because they limit themselves in life, and it's an abundance mindset versus a limited one. So you got just reading the mindset. Like if somebody appreciate and see that you growing, they're going to appreciate and see that you growing. It's just a mindset thing. People that stuck in their ways going to try to stick you in a certain position in life. So you just keep growing, man. Like just keep rocking out with it. I don't think nobody supported me in the beginning. They like, oh, DreamAgain, MLK, that nigga got killed. You feel me? Like they going like, but they ain't know like, you know, like I really rock with Garvey and Malcolm. Like I just used it for marketing efforts, but like they don't want to hear that. They're going to try to take the brand and make their story about it. But it's like, nah, like the people I rock with, like they ain't fuck with Booker T. Washington. Like they ain't messing with, you know, like the Martins and stuff like that. But I know on a global scale, like if I say DreamAgain, like I have a dream again, you know, everybody mom and their mom to the kids know who Martin Luther King is. So it's gonna make my marketing efforts that much easier. The expansion gonna be easier. It's guerrilla marketing. So like, you know, yeah, man, just nobody gonna believe, but people, once you start growing, like people, you're gonna have fake love, and then you're gonna have like people that embrace you from start. Like just pay attention to the ones that embrace you from the jump.
Can your business function from day to day without you?
Yeah, I mean, after that Texie, like after they like pretty much messed up my operations, I pretty much got all these virtual assistants. Like I got VAs, you know, they like $3 over in India, $5 for a day. And I have them like running like my investment chat room. They pretty much picked up most of my operations, like the marketing and everything like that. They pretty much making all the material. Like it can run like from a marketing and everything aspect. And I'm not like the only accountant. Like we started the DreamAgain franchise, so like everybody know how to cook books. It's not just me. So like we teach people how to like cook their own books, you know, get real stability in their company. Because what if I'm going like, what happens, you know? So like I try to teach people the perspective to do it themselves, but I can't do it for you, you know. So like that franchise, pretty much I help individuals build their own franchise and get them the same partnerships and things that I got set up if they're interested in that. Because like I'm an entrepreneur, you gotta pay my EIN. You're not paying me as an individual because I know that you just writing off like health benefits. Like that's 100% write off to a company. They give you your health benefits. They give you everything in the world, and they get more out of it if something happens to you, terminated or anything like that, ill wise. So I try to tell people pay my EIN. I'm gonna set up my own payroll. I'm gonna set up my own health accounts. I'm gonna set up all my own stuff because you know it's more beneficial to do it that way. So I just do a different approach in terms of like even from like contracting in or anything like that. So I mean it depends which aspect of my business that you're saying, but like most of my business like the game and stuff, like I delegated all that. Like I just found the best people, found the best schools, like the kids that went there and stuff like Mark, he's running like the game design and everything like that. We just got 3D model, or Lisa, like she's doing all the animals 3D. So like those portions is just, you know, time frames. Like the comic book, we got somebody out Russia doing sketches and stuff like that now. Said we like that material. So like my business can't operate as long as people understand like the vision for my business. I feel like I'm the only person with like that you know, the roadmap, you know, the visionary for like where the company should go. I feel like it can't operate being so new, but like once the game is out, once the anime is out, once everything flowing, and like after like a season, I feel like anybody can operate. That's why they let you put out so much, and then they try to buy out your rights. So like I learned about like the ancillary rights and stuff like that through my mentor, because I want to know, like, you know, when Boondocks start getting weird after season 3, I was like, yo, what's going on? This ain't Aaron. You feel me? Like the whole tone changed. So like I feel like they let you run it up as much as you want, and then they try to take it from you. But like my business as of right now, I'm like seed stage. So like I wouldn't consider it being like established, like producing revenue like annually. I mean the tax aspect, yeah, like, but like the other portions like the game and anime and stuff, like not yet. But it depends on which portion of the company, because I do like a lot of different things. So like the finance side, like the Black Wall Street, Black Wealth Strategies, the investment chat room with over 1,200 individuals, that's running by itself. Like I don't even have to talk in there. Some days you can learn a game full of you know, financial literacy, things like that within that chat room, how to trade options, day trade. It's all different investors all across the world. I got people from Africa in there, people in the UK in there, like all different individuals. So it runs itself because it's just people talking to people about different financial information. Then my VA dropped a little information about like how the market moving and stuff like that, like news and stuff like that. And then a couple scans from my day traded. So that one can run pretty much by itself without me. I would say the new innovative products of the firm can't run without me because I'm the visionary behind those. And I'm the one like, dictate where it goes and stuff like that, picking the right people. So like, I feel like that aspect is not established because it's something new that I'm tapping in.
If someone wanted to start a business, what advice would you give them?
To start a business, I could tell them, it's going to be hard, but I will also say just start an advertising business, keep it easy at first and just start tracking your expenses. Get a couple, like a QuickBooks or Expenses OK app and just start tracking your expenses. Because when you start a business, you got to understand that's when your life pretty much shift into like ownership. So like now being an owner, I know travel's 100% write off. So I just booked the trip to Vegas. Like out of some proceeds that I would have owed in capital gains from trading. So now it's just like, all right, I can travel 100%, eat out 100%, securities 100%, your cell phone become 100% write off. All these become deductibles versus the income that you make and will have to owe taxes on. So if I owe $10,000 in taxes, but I took $10,000 worth of trips, now I don't owe nothing. It's different limits per diem, but it's like that type of mindset. So I try to shift people into thinking, what becomes write-off. And, having an advertising firm is just like, all I got to do is promote. I started off as an advertiser and then I went into different routes. I felt like it was just like a holding company. It was an easier route if I failed, like I didn't know what I wanted to do in the beginning. So I pretty much, the advertising is just like, it was a safe haven. Like when I was doing the research, I was like, oh, Facebook, an advertising company. Like, no, there's no way they got like some of the best write-offs right now. Like advertising is 100% write-off. I don't think, like me paying for this NFT and stuff like that. So I traded, I made 5x in like a day trade. In reality, I will owe 37% in capital gains, but it's like 50% when you go through like those IRS servers and stuff like that. So I owe 2,500. So now it's like, I put this NFT together, minute and all that. This is an advertising expense for my firm because I applied it to the tax firm. Now it's just like, instead of me on that 2,500, I just minute that. And now I don't owe Uncle Sam nothing. And if he want an image and you want all the expenses, I send them all the receipts and be like, that's the finished product back there. Like I played a game like that. So like, I feel like people should understand, when it's ownership involved, like it's a lot of tax incentives with having that EIN. Because I feel like a social security number is really for slaves. Like when you look back, like the history of it, and the EIN is like something for freedom. That's why they, Delaware was the last state to free the slaves, but it's the most like freedom in terms of the EIN. So like, just looking at it from like that aspect, like that EIN, it shows your identity, gives you like a corporate bill and things like that. So instead of me being in the room, I push my EIN versus my social where they can, take advantage of. So I feel like people should know the power of the EIN, especially being like of African descent living in America. We have like the best advantage in the world right now. We utilize the EIN and, build up a community or something like that. But like people don't want to hear that. People want to hear about, Kanye West situation or something like that. I don't be fucking with that shit, man.
They love drama. What has been the smartest way to fund your operation?
Say like, when people say like fun, it's like, when I think of that, it's like, yo, how can I raise money? So it's like, I feel like, customers pay taxes, like customers pay everything. So now it's just like the way I fund is just like, at first it was just trading stocks. Like trading stocks made it easier to fund operations because I can make like 5, 10K in a day. Like I taught myself how to like like I created the algorithms to pretty much tell me like before European volume's going to pick up. And I can knock it down to one trade now. So it's like I would use that to day trade and fund my operations. But also, I feel like everybody should just create multiple strands of income. I feel like it just makes things easier. It's not no one way that to do nothing. I feel like taxes is another base. I know, January through April, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna have consistent cash flow because somebody gonna ask me to do their taxes. So I feel like starting off, funneling the money in the business is no easy route. I feel like you're gonna have to do any and everything because it's always going to be a new expense every time a new dollar is made. So I feel like it's no one way to go about funding it. I mean, you could do like business credit and stuff like that, but you also want to make sure that whatever your finance is going to produce income after the fact so you can pay that credit line off. So like that's one way, but it's like I feel like if you can just find like a product or a service or a hobby that you can turn to cash flow, just hustle and do that. In 3 years, it's going to be fluent. And 3 to 5 years is going to be fluent, especially if you provide a service that people need. Like I know everybody need their taxes done. So I'm going to be the best Black accountant that I can think of. Like I'm going to tell people stuff they never heard because I know, the more like I got like 175 clients. So it's like if I just keep building 1,000 clients, charge them $200 each, that's 200K. It's a slow hustle. I mean, 3 years, I got 175. It's been progressively growing, but it's like all I need is 1,000. That's like a $250,000 at like a minimum price. 250. So it's like just build up 1,000 clients. Whatever you do, no matter what you're selling, count them, track them. Whatever products or service that you offering, I need 1,000 clients. You can have 5 different side hustles, and then do whatever 200 clients per hustle, do something like that, like track your first 1,000. That's what Damon John and them told me, and it's right though, because it's like it keep you with that consistent cash flow, and then every time you drop a product or service after that, you already built that foundation where when you sell something else, it's just going to build on top of that. So like that 1,000, you got 10,000 people, I mean, you're a millionaire. So it's like, you just got to keep the math simple. So I would suggest that. I would say hustle it out and get it yourself, and then look for those resources. Because I'm telling you now, like the way the credit, all that stuff set up, man, it ain't nobody giving you nothing. Nobody. It's like the restrictions and everything. When you like the income to buying power for Black people, like 1.6 trillion. And like that's how much we spend. Like it's not even, we don't got assets in terms of that. Like white people, it's like 13.4 trillion. Like that's like 11, 12 times the difference of like income to buying power. So like when they go and get a credit line versus when we go get a credit line, you could just keep it that simple. 1.6 versus 13.4. You do the difference and times that about by times whatever you try and borrow. Now add times that's how much they can get out. And it's just like, and they still telling us no because our credit not good and stuff like that. They can get credit lines for days. Like us, nah, like I try, like when you look at, like when I looked at the factors and stuff like that, just like even building the partnerships, I'm like, bro, they was overdraft fees, late fees and stuff like that. Like our spending power is so much lower, but we had the highest number out of all ethnic groups. So I'm just looking like, damn, like shit really fucked up. Like they really try. I mean, they put us in a hole. It has been like that forever. So, like I get it. The only thing I could do is bring the knowledge to people and let them know what's going on and then how to beat that situation. But it's like at the end of the day, it's going to be a battle. Finance is a battle. So, I feel like the best way to go in a battle is to build something that they can't have no control over. Like I know what I know about taxes and I know how to file it where you're not pushing it back and you're not about to audit me. I mean, they tried, but when I sent them the paperwork, they don't got nothing else to say because all my paper legit and I know my numbers. So like, just selling that service to start off, like whatever it is or product that you can, that can get some traction, I would say that is the best way to fund your business. And then, you go for like other resources because you're going to disappoint yourself and you're going to discourage yourself and you probably going to stop. That's why like 95% of businesses fail in that first 5 years.
Can you tell the audience where they can find you at and contact you at?
They can contact me at DreamAgain metaverse.com. No, on Instagram, DreamAgain Metaverse. If you go to if you click on the link in the bio, it take you in the metaverse. Like it have like 529 plans, HSA accounts, different financial information that you can look at. You know, just start building your financial information. We got the Wolf Pack. I'm gonna send you links and everything so people can have my information. I also got a number that you can text if you want free resources in terms of like taxes. I give you apps and everything to start tracking your expenses. Even if you starting off, you know, you can be a sole proprietor and you don't have to establish an EIN for 3 years. So like you got 3 years of just claiming those deductibles. So like get your money, don't give it to Uncle Sam. So I'll give you the apps, you know, and just tell you like the game in terms of, you know, transitioning to being an owner from an accounting standpoint, and give you like different expenses and categories that you could track for your different firm. I'll send you all the information after this so people can have my contact. But DreamAgainTheLegacy.com is the main site. You can do the contact tab on the last tab to contact me, or on Instagram at DreamAgain Metaverse. And then you can ask me any question there as well. You can DM me. One of my VAs will pick it up and send it to me.
Well, thank you for coming to the interview. I know the audience got a lot of information from you.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thanks again for having me. Appreciate the energy and everything, reaching out. If you ever need me on here again, just let me know. I got a team of people if you need other people, you know, stuff like that. We can keep building. We got community.
Yeah.
All right, bet, bro.